The 2021 wheat variety trial results are in. FFA students prepare to compete during AgroExpo, and after a one-year hiatus, West Nile Virus returns to Michigan. I'm Janelle Brose, and this is Farm News 5.
Farm News 5 is brought to you by Ford.
Michigan farmers making their wheat variety decisions for the fall can now view results of the 2021 wheat variety trials.
For over 30 years, MSU has conducted wheat variety testing to bring in the best genetics for Michigan wheat growers. So we have a wheat breeding program where we develop our own varieties for Michigan, but we also bring in the best genetics for our growers with the variety testing program. There were a few curveballs this year. So we had, most of the state saw drought conditions, so moderate to severe drought conditions throughout the season, and that very much affected our overall grain yield. Particularly in the thumb, there were drought conditions. There were some areas that did receive timely rains, and we saw over 100 bushel averages, like in Lenawee County and Isabella County performed very well. And then we had another curveball with rain events right at harvest. Right when most of the wheat was ready to be harvested in the state of Michigan, we saw at least a week of prolonged rain showers that caused some significant pre-harvest sprouting, the most that I've seen in my time that I've been here in Michigan.
After grain yield, Fusarium head blight is the number 2 trait researchers evaluate in the breeding program each year.
Because of the drought, we didn't necessarily see Fusarium as an issue this year, but it is a potential threat every single year. And the single best way to manage scab is with variety resistance. Now, even with the drought conditions, we were able to develop a great screening nursery, and we were able to get really high disease levels. And I encourage everyone to check out those values for visual sprouting, disease severity, and also DON. So you can see a separation of varieties that have, under heavy disease pressure, produce lower DON than some other varieties. So that's a major consideration.
For the 9th consecutive year, the Michigan Wheat Program has partnered with Michigan State University to have a high management component as part of the research. Those trial plots, located on 7 farms in Michigan, were harvested in July.
And there are varieties that do respond to a greater degree to these intensive management, right? So it's about economics. We have to make sure those pencil out. And so part of the rationale for these trials is to see those varieties that have a greater response, up to 15 to 17, 18 bushels per acre response. And that's economical. Those varieties that are only responding 5 to 7 bushels per acre, that doesn't necessarily pencil out. So growers should take that into consideration. I encourage growers to plant multiple varieties on their farm. I know that there's some challenges with the logistics and maintaining the seed, and you have to buy 2 different seed lots, but there is a lot of value in complementing those varieties, especially when it comes to traits like Fusarium head blight resistance. If you want that racehorse variety to get that high-end yield, but it's susceptible to scab, it's good to have that disease-resistant variety to partner it, so that it spreads your risk across multiple varieties that way. And so you're buffered against those year-to-year variations and those disease threats that could be present every year.
View the full 2021 wheat variety trials report online at varietytrials.msu.edu or in the August 15th edition of the Michigan Farm News. Up next, FFA's Crop Management Challenge returns to AgroExpo next week.
There's torque. Then there's 1,050 pound-feet of available best-in-class torque. There's towing. Then there's up to 37,000 pounds of available best-in-class towing. There's backing up a trailer. Then there's backing up with available class-exclusive Pro Trailer Backup Assist. In other words, there are trucks, and then there's the new Ford Super Duty, the most capable heavy-duty pickup truck ever built.
After a year off, AgroExpo is back next week. The show runs Tuesday, August 17th and Wednesday, August 18th. It's on the second day of the show when FFA students from across the state head to St. John's to compete in a number of competitions, including the Crop Management Challenge and the Tractor Driving Contest.
So we have 19 chapters entered this year in our crop management contest, with 11 entries in our soybeans and then 10 in our corn. These students have been preparing since January, and they've been putting a crop plan together. So they figured out what their planting population was for the year. They came up with a nutrition program for their crops this year. It's been implemented so far, and we've seen some pretty cool results. Another opportunity that we've had for these students is we've had a few field days so they could take a chance to learn on what goes on in agronomy altogether. So we've had a couple days where we talked about growth stages for both our corn and soybeans, and we talked about plant population and then yield checks as well with tissue testing and a couple other fun things that these students get a chance to learn about throughout the year. These students will be judged on how their crop does and how it performs. Not only that, but also economically how their plan performed as well. It's not just how pretty does my plant look, but how well does it perform altogether. How well-rounded is your plant program? So we're super excited for these guys, and I know that they were pretty happy to be out here and have a contest this year. So the presentations will start at 9 a.m. on the morning of August 18th. These students will have a chance to present to a bunch of judges, both from the corn and soybean world. We do allow spectators to come as well, so if we have anybody that wants to see what these FFA students have put together, your guys are more than welcome to come and join and see what it's all about. Our results are going to be available about a month after harvest, so that's when finals and everybody will see how their presentations actually went. So we're pretty excited to see how everybody does. So our tractor driving contest will begin at 9 a.m. located at the south end of the AgroExpo grounds. The tractor driving operating contest is an opportunity for students from all over the state of Michigan to showcase their abilities of driving one of the 3 separate divisions. So we have our zero-turn lawnmower, we have a lawn tractor, and we also have a large tractor division available for both middle school and high school students. So it gives them an opportunity to showcase their abilities, something that they've learned either at home or through something else, and it's super exciting because they get a chance to show off what they've got. Well, if we have a student that's interested in doing this contest, feel free to contact a local FFA advisor for more information.
Coming up, growers will have a field day with dry beans and sugar beets later this month.
At Farm Bureau Insurance, the experience you get with our local trusted advisors is different. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
The latest in dry bean and sugar beet research is on tap later this month in Frankenmuth. Michigan State University and industry researchers will be discussing issues impacting both crops at the Bean and Beet Field Day at the Saginaw Valley Research and Extension Center on August 24th. The event includes breakfast and lunch sandwiched between combined and individual demonstrations. To learn more or to register, visit MSU Extension's website. The first cases in 2021 of West Nile virus are beginning to pop up in Michigan. The Michigan Department of Agriculture and Rural Development recently confirmed a case of West Nile virus in a horse from Midland County. West Nile virus can be transmitted to people and animals, especially horses. Owners are encouraged to talk to their veterinarian about vaccinating their horses against West Nile virus and other mosquito-borne diseases like Eastern equine encephalitis. There were no reported cases of West Nile virus in domestic animals last year, and just 1 case in Lapeer County in 2019. For more news and videos, visit MichiganFarmNews.com or the Michigan Farm Bureau channel on YouTube. With Farm News 5, I'm Janelle Brose. Have a great week of farming.